Good morning, student. Today we would do criminal miscellaneous petition. Now, this topic has already been done in class. Today we'll do a quick revision of this topic. Now, before we begin with this topic, my first question to you is, what is a miscellaneous petition? Now, if you know it, it's good. If you don't know it, I'll just tell you that, when a petition is filed seeking an interim specific relief, it is registered as a miscellaneous petition. Now, if we talk about criminal miscellaneous petition, so in general, this petition is an application filed into the court for seeking a specific relief. And when a petition is filed seeking interim relief, it is registered as criminal miscellaneous petition. Also, a memo filed before the court of law will not be treated as a petition. Now, miscellaneous cases are essentially, preliminary application that seeks the court's permission to file a case before the court. And the permission is needed because the court is not an ordinary court of appeal, and the High Court are the final arbiters in civil and criminal cases. Now, moving ahead, if we talk about criminal miscellaneous petition, as defined here, that it is a formal expression of request submitted by way of an application filed before the criminal court in or otherwise in criminal proceeding on different action of relief for some privilege, right, benefit, or for an action. So in general, it is an petition, it is an application which is filed into the court for seeking a specific relief. Now, you need to know that it is one of the most important tasks of the magistrate or judge in the criminal court. And the filing of this petition will start even before registering the case by way of anticipatory bail application. So, criminal miscellaneous application may be filed, at the inception of criminal proceeding, during the criminal proceeding, or even after the conclusion of the same. And where the court the orders passed in these petitions are mostly interim in nature. Some of the petition are only for specific purpose, and some period either interim or final. So when a petition is filed seeking interim relief, it is regarded as criminal miscellaneous petition. And the main difference between petition memo is that memo is nothing but bringing a fact to the notice of the court, and no relief can be sought in a memo. However, in a petition, filing is required. Some relief from the court is sought, okay, or is asked for, and it is mandatory in most of the cases. So when a petition is filed under Section 239 of Criminal Procedure Code in a magistrate court, and under Section 227 of CRPC in a court of session, seeking discharge of accused from warrant case or session case, as the case may be, before allowing the petition, the court has to see whether there is a prima facie case appearing, that appears against the accused or not. And the court also has to find out whether or not allegation made are groundless, so as to order discharge. And the court is not expected to go into deep into the matter and hold material, warrant, conviction, etc. What needs to be considered by the court is that whether there is a ground for presumption that offense has been committed, and not where grounds for convicting the accused has been made out. Also, when a petition is filed before the magistrate of class of magistrate of class 1 court seeking discharge of accused in a case exclusively tribal by the court of session, the magistrate cannot discharge the accused in the view of the decision that was reported in maybe plethora of cases, also in Sanjay Gandhi versus Union of India. So this is all about criminal petition. Now, when a miscellaneous petition is filed, a criminal case, it is registered as criminal miscellaneous petition. This I already told you. But as soon as a petition is filed, it is, please note here, it is the primary duty of the court to see whether the relief sought is provided under CRPC or not. If it is provided, petition shall be called in a court by signing it a miscellaneous number, and notice shall be ordered to the opposite party. Then, having been heard both the parties, a detailed order has to be pronounced. So this is how criminal miscellaneous petitions are moved on. Then there are a lot of criminal miscellaneous petitions that are filed. For example, section 319, when the prosecution filed a petition under 319 of CRPC praying the court to proceed against the person other than the accused who are facing the trial, the court can pass order, basing its judgment on the examination in chief itself. So all these are criminal miscellaneous petitions. Then when we talk about section 310 of CRPC, when the accused comes with this petition praying to the court to make local inspection, but it is not desirable for the court to do so, they may or they may not do so. So these are all the examples of criminal miscellaneous petition. Then in addition to all these criminal miscellaneous petition, another important, in fact I would say the most important criminal miscellaneous petition used to be filed by accused in criminal case are the bail application, which are filed under section 436 of CRPC and 437 of CRPC before the magistrate court, and section 438 of CRPC, 439 before the session court. So even those are also criminal miscellaneous petition. Bail application we will be doing in the next session, or maybe after 1 or 2 sessions. Now, what is the format for criminal miscellaneous petition? Now, the format for criminal miscellaneous petition is that the first thing you will write is the name of the court, then the criminal miscellaneous petition number and the year, details of the parties, then the subject matter, then your submissions, okay, then advocate details, then verification by the petitioner, then the petitioner and its signature. This is the same format that we have been following for other petitions also. So in case of criminal miscellaneous petition also, we'll follow the same format. The first thing we would write is the name of the court, then the criminal miscellaneous petition number and the year, then the details of the parties, that is petitioner and respondent. Here I'm seeing that just the name is written. Please write the age, residence and everything. Then the subject matter, that is petition filed on behalf of the petitioner under which section. This is very important. Now the submissions by the petitioner, then the prayer. Okay, after writing the prayer you will write put advocate's signature, name and everything. Then you would write verification. Now verification has to be done by the petitioner, so here you would write petition date and then petitioner's name, sign and everything would be here. So this is the format of criminal miscellaneous petition. So this was all about criminal miscellaneous petition, students. In case you have any query, please feel free to contact me either through mail or WhatsApp group, or just writing a message on the WhatsApp group. Thank you so much.